Street cred sports. Street cred sports. I'm crossing over. I'm Euro stepping.
Hello, this is Keenan in Street Cred Sports Training, and welcome to another episode of Time to Ball with my guy,
Lee Williams. Lee Williams. How y'all doing, people? Glad to be here, man. How you doing?
Man, it's episode 134.
Ooh.
As you can see, your boy is just the joys of running a business.
Yeah, man.
All the other maintenance and stuff got me out here doing extra stuff. I ain't gonna tell y'all should have been here to help me.
Yeah, I saw you working, man. But I saw you had some folks outside.
Yeah.
Working for you too. So
Yeah. So
it was good.
Yeah, it's always something, and that's the good and the bad. And
yeah.
my focus in the next 12 months is to lessen all of that extra maintenance stuff, so I can just continue to focus on the training, because the training is what I love. No business owner loves to do all that other stuff. It's a necessary evil.
No doubt.
I mean, that things you have to do, maintenance, paying this, doing that. They rather just come in and do it, but things don't work like that. So my job is to try to eliminate as many issues as I have or as I can.
Yeah.
So I can sleep better at night.
And you've done that well, man. Charge to you.
Yeah, I'm trying. He being nice.
No, he doing more than that.
No, he being nice. He trying to get an extension. He trying to get his contracts extended.
Listen, when I need an extension, I know who to talk to. April Cage.
Well, she reports to me.
Well, that's okay. I have to have her give me a little boost.
He want more money. He saw what what's the name Gil is getting out on his checks on Gil's Arena, and he's like, hey, yo, if what's his name, the guy that's they boys, him and he played with Gil.
Shady.
No, not Shady. It'll come up in my head. He saw him sign a new deal, and he's like, hey man, well, hey, they over there cutting checks. What we doing?
I gotta ask, man.
I said, well, we over here practicing. We still practicing. We ain't getting no real checks right now, but we loving this practice. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Everything's been going good. I sent my guy. Remember, I always talk about my store, and I had a story, and I can't forget. I can't remember it. So when I remember it, I'm gonna bring it up. But I had sent him a video, and I'll try to post a little clip of it on here of something going bad at Popeyes, and how somebody went in there and was not acting right.
Yep.
And that Popeye staff, boy,
they got to him. They got to him.
They gave him a 2 pieces of the biscuit.
Spicy. For sure.
Oh yeah, so my store is trending now, and probably next 2 or 3 months I'll be meeting with top executives to see if I can implement the store plan, the logistical stuff, everything.
If you watch the show, you know what he's talking about.
All registers will come equipped with a little glove holder right here, and it'll be facing up, so you can just stick your hand in real quick and punch them. Yeah, those are some few ideas coming.
This guy chooses violence, man.
We can lock the door so people can't yell and talk crash and then run out the store.
Boy, he chooses violence when necessary.
All right, well, enough of all of that. Let's get into what we need to get into, things that interest us. What we want to do is, we did talk about at one point, some episodes ago, getting into the NBA and trying to break down every team. It's 32 teams. Adam Silver ain't responded to my messages as far as trying to, cut us a check or something. So, we only gonna do the playoff teams or who we think is gonna be the top 8.
Absolutely. So
today, in no particular order, we're not trying to do all of that, who we think's gonna finish first, all of that stuff. But we're gonna try to break down 4 teams from the East. So the team we'll start with, and obviously, you know, some things can change, but probably not too much because you still have some, you know, some negotiations as far as trades and, you know, free agents. So you could still have a few of those things, but I don't think it's going to be something really. I don't think there's anybody out there right now that if any of these teams sign that person right now, that catapults them. It'll make them a better team, but not. So first team we're going to start with is the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, we got Bron, my favorite guy. We got Bron over there. We got Embiid in his starting 5. We got Jaylen Brown. We got
DJ
Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey.
Yep.
You know, and Simmons is big as far as going to be coming off the bench. And
Anthony Simmons is a
and
problem.
then they just signed Pope, right?
Yeah, he's got to get. He's going to get a buyout, and then they're looking to sign him. So
okay, yeah, it's not official, but it looks like it's going to go happen
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
What do you think about him?
You know, this is going to sound sacrilegious, and I don't mean to be that way, but they're really going to have to buy into each other. I think LeBron is very good at when he's right. He's very good at bringing people together.
Yeah.
You know, he's very good at that. I just think there's going to have to be some trust built. I think besides LeBron, the biggest free agent they got was Jason Kidd as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
He's going to really pull those guys aside, and, you know, as long as they have a understanding that it could be anybody's night, I think it's going to be fine. I think they're a mismatch problem, in my opinion. I think they can switch 1 through 4. I think they'll play faster if Embiid is, you know, the back-to-backs that he won't play.
Right.
I think Kentavious Pope brings a shooting. They got Dean Wade as a center. You know, I don't see him as a quote-unquote major defender, but he stretches the floor.
Yeah.
And with those guys getting to the basket, you're talking about Jaylen Brown, Edgecombe. I don't consider LeBron does get to the basket with just his sheer strength and power.
Right.
I think they'll cause a lot of problems. Embiid's probably one of the better shooters on the team, in my opinion, especially his mid-range.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would add one thing to LeBron's game, and I know he's in his 23rd
23rd year.
I know he's in his 23rd year, if I'm not mistaken. I would have him really post up and start, and then pass out of that. I think.
Now, are you saying with Embiid in the game, or like when Embiid takes his rest, you start to have LeBron be on the low post?
Either or. I mean, because Embiid shoots a lot of jump shots. He does.
But he's not a high volume 3 shooter.
No, I'm not talking about 3. I'm talking about mid-range.
Mid-range, but okay. So are you gonna post LeBron up opposite side of Embiid? Like if Embiid is on the right elbow, you're gonna have LeBron post on the lower left.
I mean, I would probably go high-low because Embiid can attack from there. That's one dribble for him. But I would just mix it up, to be honest. There's so many options that they have. But I'm just thinking one chink in his armor, I think that he could really open up things is to really get on that lower block, which he can. I know he can.
Yeah. I see.
Go
I mean,
from there.
and I like that. You know, I just visualize with Embiid in there.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have Embiid on the lower block. And let's say when he gets subbed, now we're gonna focus more on LeBron being on the lower block because that's gonna be the second big mismatch.
In my mind, I was thinking him trailing, catching, then looking from there, that's kind of how I'm thinking.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that needs to be the core of their offense.
Right.
But, you know.
You're just talking like certain
you got to mix it up. Yeah, exactly.
Certain situations. But, you know, I was listening to something they were talking about one of the other teams that we were talking about, the Knicks. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, well, the Knicks are going to have problems, you know, guarding Philly. But then when you flip it, Philly going to have problems matching up with the Knicks in certain instances, because the issues they were talking about is, okay, you can put LeBron on OG, right? But then who are you gonna have if you put Jalen on Brunson? Then who's gonna guard the other wing? Mikal Bridges.
I'll be honest. I would really. I'm not worried about Mikal at all. Mm. He's sometimey anyway, in my opinion. I would go Jalen on Mikal. I would honestly put the young buck, Hedgecombe, on Brunson. He's a little bit longer.
But he like you're gonna concede that Brunson's gonna get his. What I would do is, just to your point, like maybe not put Jaylen Brown on Brunson, right?
Or at least don't start that way.
The thing is in that, Brunson's gonna have to guard somebody, right? So he's gonna have to guard somebody, and they're going to put him in a pickle, which is weird. It's like you would have thought a lot of these teams would have put Jalen Brunson more in actions, because it's not that he can't play defense. It's not like that, but he's the weak link on that team defensively. Mm. So it's very intriguing, because you start trying to think of matchups. Yeah. Who's this? Who's that? You know, how do you play? You know, who guards Cat? You figure Embiid and Cat's gonna guard each other, right? And now with them not having Mitchell, they don't have a second dominant presence. Drummond, but I don't know if they're gonna start Drummond and Cat in there together, if Drummond's gonna come more. So if they have Drummond on, you could probably put LeBron on Drummond. Yeah. You know, sure. And let them battle it out. But Philly looks on paper really good. Yeah. I know it's gonna take them 15 to maybe 20 games
25, 30,
to really hit their stride. Yeah. I think they'll monitor the minutes. I don't even think they're gonna be worried about trying to get like a top. I mean, if they can get a top 3 ranking, of course, but I think they'll shoot. I would think they might shoot to say, hey, we'll concede that we're probably going to be, as long as we're in the top 4, I think we'll be good.
Yeah. I like the fact that when Maxey goes out, you can put LeBron at that point and get really big. Yeah. You know, get a lot more size in there.
It's a lot.
A lot of options, man.
It's a lot.
And I think Nurse will do a very good job with them. Mm-hmm. I think Jason Kidd will be the buffer as far as relationships. How would you, I mean, let's just be honest, you know, the head coach has won a championship. Yeah. Right? Jason Kidd, you know, has been a part of championships. He won as a player. And so I think they really have the right mix. But I think the head of that snake is gonna really be the mastermind of it, and that's the GM. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Bob Myers he's the one who put together Golden State Warriors on that run.
Got KD.
Yep. Got KD and you know, made sure KD was good. When Bob Myers left, you start to see, you know. So for me, I think he is gonna be the major player in that, and just have everybody on board. You know, you can all see all the negatives, but I just imagine somebody getting aboard and them on a fast break. Yeah. I mean, what do you do?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. So. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the defending champions.
One last point. Okay. Kentavious Pope is on there.
Oh, he is?
He is. Okay. He is on the roster.
And see, with him, you can throw him at Bronson.
Oh.
You can put him on Brunson.
That's a good call.
Because he's,
I like that.
He's a real dog,
Yeah.
defender. You can put him on Brunson. You can sometimes throw him on OG, but maybe not in the post, but on the wing. There's situations because Kentavious has guarded like KD and KD's smaller in build,
Right.
But
Right.
he's made it difficult for a lot of guys. So that's really going to be.
That's a great pickup.
Yeah, that's a great pickup.
Great pickup,
Great
man.
pickup. All right, so we're going to go to the Knicks. The
Celtics?
defendant. Well, we'll go there.
Knicks?
Since we went ahead and was talking about the matchups, might as well just flip.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We got the defending NBA champion, New York Knicks, and obviously you got their starting five of Hart.
Yeah.
You got MVP Brunson.
OG.
You got OG Anunoby. You got Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes, sir.
Now they lost
Mitchell.
that's
a big loss.
which I think is huge. Now,
Yeah.
offensively, they upgraded with Drummond. Drummond's a better offensive player.
Yeah.
Drummond rebounds almost at as high a clip as Mitchell, but I don't think he demands as much attention down there on the boards.
Yeah.
And then I think Mitchell would be better defensively.
For sure. Me personally, Mitchell is 2 or 3 levels ahead of Drummond on the defensive end because he's longer.
Yeah.
People don't realize Drummond's probably 6'10", 6'6", 11. People don't think that's a big deal, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It is. And he's
deal.
not like a long 6'10" or 6'11".
Right.
He's a little
Got
bit
the
more
shorter
stout.
arms.
Yeah, he's a little bit more.
Yeah.
But he is.
He can play.
Yeah, he is.
He can play. I've always liked him.
I like that pickup.
Yeah.
I know he's like, man, I'm not saying that he would rather stay in Philly, but knowing what they have now, he's like, damn, I probably should have stayed in Philly, with that. But, it's not much to say. You got them on their second year.
Right.
They have, who else did they lose? Who else left? I can't remember if they lost some of their rotational players that could have been,
No, Clarkson's still there. Alvarado's still there. Shamit's still there.
Okay. I thought it was Shamit that had left, but so they're pretty well, with their core. You figure now that they got that out the way, you're going to see, more of the bench throughout the year because the hardest thing, Jordan said it once, and I'm not saying this to imply that the Knicks lucked up and won, but Jordan said anybody can luck up and win one championship. And it sounded like he was, being like a hard person, a hard ass, what he's saying and being, but when you look at it, there are not a lot of teams that have repeated.
No, and Jordan was dead on that. To me, I just think it's dead honesty.
Yeah.
People think it takes a shot at somebody winning a championship. No, it doesn't.
Because I think what he was alluding to is you win the first one, right? So now people weren't thinking that you were going to be the show.
Yeah.
Now you win. Now you expect it. So every game you play, all other 30, 31 teams,
they're coming at you.
You are their for a lot of those bottom teams, you're their championship. So they're gonna come at you hard.
Yeah.
Right? So you gotta play. Look, there hadn't been a team that's went back to back since the Golden State Warriors. Then that was back in 18?
Sir.
So we're almost talking almost 8 to 9 years we've had a different champion.
Yeah.
And every year that team you thought OKC was going to repeat, you got to go through everybody's best game because you could tell OKC was tired towards the end of the season. They started out hot, but that second part of the season, you could see it was starting to were on them because everybody was coming at them really hard.
Right. You know, it's always said, obviously I've been in that space, but just listen to people that have.
Right.
They say that second one is your toughest.
Yes.
Is your toughest.
Yes.
And so OKC didn't get to the championship because of injuries.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
That's the second thing.
J-Dub.
You gotta have a healthy roster. So in saying that, the thing with OKC is they use a lot of their bench. I think Jay Will maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he didn't take as good a care of his body during the summer, because certain injuries are really hard. You know, they're really hard to quantify as far as how you get them.
Yeah.
But he could have it just could have been a thing that it was nagging the whole year, right? Because he had missed a lot of the season. So let's just hope that everybody takes really good care. And when I say maybe he didn't, I'm not saying he wasn't doing anything. But you know, you hear certain players saying there's certain things that they do to make sure their body's ready. Yeah. I don't know if he did that. He's young. Maybe he did, and it's just one of those things that could happen, right? Yeah. But if they're healthy, the Knicks are healthy, full throttle, you still got the thing of everybody's going to be coming for him.
Yeah, you know, for me, I think that first championship and it's a lot of wear and tear on the body. Yeah. You know, especially when you know you maybe get knocked out early or knocked out in the conference finals or whatever, what have you. Trying to get back there is really a grind, and so you have to have the best trainers. You got to take care of your body. I'm not saying everyone in the NBA does not, you know, but there's a level of, as they say, luck. Yeah. You know, Jordan was absolutely correct. I also think now people have gotten deeper. Right. Rosters have to be deeper for the rest. I think that rest in December and January really helps you in the summer to catapult you over. Yeah. Going back to the Knicks, I think they're relatively small. Yeah. Everybody's gotten more size in every position. And I'm not talking about Jalen Brunson by any means, but I just think overall they're going to be a bit small. Right, because on the 1 and the 2, Josh Hart is what, maybe 6'4", 6'5"? 6'4", 6'5". Yeah, so, you know, their 1 and the 2 aren't like your typical 1 and 2 size today. Right. So just skipping around, I know we're talking about different teams, but we're just trying to compare. Just take the Timberwolves. Okay. LaMelo and Ant-Man. Ant-Man's probably about 6'6", 6'5", 6'6". Melo's 6'7". That's a big difference from 6'2" to 6'5". Yeah, it's a huge difference. Huge difference. So, but you know, they make up for it with Mikal, OG, and Cat. And then when they would have Mitchell in, they were a bigger team. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for them. Right. I think they're going to be, you know, right there. Maybe they're top team. Maybe I don't see them not being in the top 4. Yeah, it's going to sound crazy, but I think they need some more shooting. I really do. I think they need some more shooting and they're another long athletic center. Yeah. That can really switch on pick and roll and guard and do those types of things. Because you don't want to have Cat playing the center a lot. For sure. He likes to play more in and out. So even though he's 7 foot, people don't realize he likes to play. Yeah. He likes to run a little free. Okay, so let's move on to the next team. We're gonna go with the Boston Celtics. All right. Now, Boston loses Jaylen Brown. Yep. They pick up Paul George. Yep. So you got Paul George, you got Jason Tatum, you still have Derek White, you got Pritchard, you add Mitchell. So, you know, they and then you got a really good core of rotational players that are good role players in what they do. Yeah, for sure. So Boston appears
to not look like they're going to take a major step back, if that makes any sense. They're not going to be like, I don't think they're going to be like a play-in team.
No, I definitely don't see that with Tatum coming back, a lot more healthy. I'm not saying he wasn't healthy, but he'll be more mobile. But I think they are really betting on Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
It's been said that Peyton Pritchard is going to have a Jalen Brunson-like year when he was in Dallas.
Yeah.
So that's what they're really betting on. They're looking at his minutes and his production. That can, that can go either way. Like you've spoken about consistently. So I think the kid's going to do really well.
Yeah.
Because he can score it. I think he's going to have to prove that he's a really good defender. But he gets in the paint and causes major problems regardless of your size.
Yeah.
Because he has that bump and finish. He has it down. I think if Paul George can be serviceable as a defender, he's really going to have to up his defense.
Yeah.
I
he's
think
always been good defensively. I think it's just that he's older.
Yeah, well, he's, to say this correctly with all due respect, he's kind of taken a couple steps back as you would.
Yeah, I mean, because he's older, he's been hurt.
Right.
I
think this puts pressure on Derek White to be great every night.
I think he's just had a bad season. Last year. I think he wasn't what he was the year they won, but he was still effective this past year. I think his shooting was off, and it was you kind of trying to find your way with how they do things. Now, the thing about Pritchard is I love me some Pritchard, but I will always say this. When you are that third or fourth guy and you're scoring and that scouting report doesn't have you as the guy they need to stop, your production is really good. So I'm interested to see if now they're moving Pritchard up to that first or second on the scouting report. And now the bullseyes are on stopping Pritchard and Tatum, because you don't foresee anybody else being a guy that's going to give you 20 to 25 points a night. They're going to be relying heavily on Pritchard to do that with Tatum. So now, okay, they're putting their best defenders on. How does Pritchard? And I'm not saying he's not going to be able to score, but I worry that those analytical numbers, oh man, he's averaging 10 points and he plays 15 minutes. Yeah, he gets in and he gets up shots, and a lot of times it's garbage time, right? Not saying that was Pritchard, but I'm just saying that's what they kind of use. Well, if he goes, 10 points in 15 minutes, well, if you give him 30 minutes, you're going to have 20 points a game. That's not how the game works.
I mean, when you're talking the NBA at that elite level, and you go from 20 to 25 minutes, and then you have to jump from 35 to 40 minutes, maybe even 42 minutes, we're talking night in, night out. That does not always mean your production is going to just jump like that. Right. I am a Peyton Pritchard fan, have been for many years. Obviously, he's a small guard. I love small guards. But Peyton Pritchard, I respect his handles. I respect his work. And one thing I like about him, he's never complained, and he has stayed the course.
Right.
And his time is now.
Right.
So I think the kid's going to perform. I think he's going to have some games with 30, 35, maybe possibly 40.
Yeah.
I think night in, night out.
I just think it's going to be tougher. I don't think it's going to, because if you've been the guy all of these years, it's easy. But when you haven't been the guy and nobody's, I'm not saying they don't pay attention to you, but you're not on the top of the scouting report. So I think he's going to have a better year overall. I just don't see it being where you're going to see this explosion and he's going to be, like that. But I think he's going to probably average, 20
He's definitely going to average 20. I think there will be some explosion.
Yeah, of course. He's going to have a game. He's going to have some games, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, but see, when it comes to players making that next jump, going from maybe average, and I don't know his averages, I don't.
Right.
But let's just say it's 10, right? Going from 10 to maybe 20 plus, that's a big jump in the league, And I want to say he's well above 10. If I'm
I'm looking it up right now. He's this past year he was 17.
See, he's 17. So, and they shoot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
The offense, and I'm not making excuses, but here's my point as to why he's going to do very, very well this year. The way he's built.
Yeah.
He's low in stature. He's really, really strong.
Yeah.
He doesn't require himself to, leap very high.
Right. He's a below the rim player.
He is. And so I think with that strength that he has, he's a lot stronger than people think.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to last. I think he's going to be fine.
I think he's going to do very well. I want to make that clear. I think he's going to do very well. I just worry that when that bullseye is on you, you start to, have to play a little bit different.
You will.
And there's so we'll see. And I'm sure he'll make the adjustment. Last thing before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be something said about their coach, Mazzulla.
Okay.
Because what he did, the arrogance that he had with starting the 5 against Philly, I don't know the reasons, but it came across as arrogant starting guys who had never started. And you're looking at analytics, and they got the doors pretty much blown off of them. And some things he's done have been kind of questionable with, look, I know analytics says you're a big analytics guy, you shoot tons of threes. But to me, you have to read the room and know, look, Jalen and Tatum, we need to get them more going to the basket. We need to post them up a little bit more, right? We need to run inside and out because everybody's off. You have that, you could tell that, hey, man, we're not on it tonight. Shooting 50 more threes is just going to make our percentage be even worse. So I'm hoping that there are situations where he learned from it because his coaching has taken a hit.
Well, he's one of those guys that's crazy enough to believe we're just going to keep doing what we're doing.
And that's the danger to me.
I agree wholeheartedly. That was my problem last year and some games the previous year.
Right.
I like the fact that he believes in his players.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that fact. I love his coaching style. However, I've always been taught, of course, I'm not an NBA coach,
right,
but in life in general, you got to have a plan A, maybe all the way to Z.
Look, to me, the best ones are the ones that can make adjustments on the fly, right? And sometimes you have to make adjustments. And the fact that it was like, dog, nobody's hitting, right? Yeah. And it wasn't like a 2 or 3 minute span. This was 3 to 4 quarters of guys not hitting. It reminds you of Houston.
Yeah.
When Houston played Golden State.
Yeah.
Dog, y'all missed 27 straight threes.
Yeah.
Go to the basket.
San Antonio in the finals. Yeah.
So yeah, I like him. It just seems sometimes like, he won and now it's, well, I can do whatever I want because I won.
Yeah.
And that's not how the league works. That's not how it works.
Mitchell Robinson, great pickup for them.
Yes.
I think
pickup for them. He's going to, sad part is, Mitchell's going to give them even more threes.
Right.
Rebound and kickouts. So they're going to be, shoot, he going to get the rebound.
There is a name that not many people know, but I watched this guy specifically. He just jumped off the page for me with his energy. There was a time where a pick and roll happened. He got lost on the pick and roll. They threw the lob. I mean, he is just super athletic. I'm going to mess up his name, and brother, I'm sorry. Neemias Quetta. I think that's his name.
That sounded good.
Man,
I mean, for real, the way you pronounce it, that sounded good.
He is a center, a backup center for Boston. Look out for this kid right here.
That's the guy that they
look out for this kid.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. Where's the headband?
Yeah.
Man, this guy, he can play.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little bit more athletic, a lot more athletic than Mitchell Robinson. Maybe not as strong, but that is going to be the guy for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a jump.
So let's move on to the last team for Eastern Conference, the four that we chose to go to. And again, doesn't mean that we think he's going to be the top four.
Right.
We're just going this route. We're going to go with Orlando Magic. I mean, you got Paulo.
Yeah.
You got, Frank. You got a new coach.
Yeah.
What additions did they have this year?
I know they got Bain.
Yeah, they got Bain. They got Anthony Black is gonna probably they lost somebody, I think, or they're shuffling something around.
Nikola Vucic, did he leave?
Yeah, no, Nikola came back.
He came back
because he was with Boston.
Boston.
They signed him back. So
sure was.
I think what they're gonna have to do with this, with the new coach Sweeney who came from San Antonio, and they had him on the show, and I like what he said, and how he coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There were some questions about his coaching and his defensive things in the finals, but I think he's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be a really good coach there. The question I have with them is you're going to have to define who's going to be your point guard. So I think Anthony Black is going to ascend into the point guard role because he plays the point guard naturally.
Okay.
And if he plays the point guard naturally, you're going to free Paulo and these other guys and make it a little bit easier for them. Because Anthony Black isn't type of guard that's like, I'm coming in, I'm shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
He seems to has more of a traditional mindset of a point guard with setting guys up. Now, I can hit you with a move, I can get to the basket, I can shoot, but when you have all this talent, he might just be asked to just run the team, get people involved. My question to you is, do you think Paulo is going to be like, okay?
So, I had a problem with the Magic last year. I thought they made the game harder for Paulo.
Right.
He was working too hard to score. And with that being said, he had major success, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay? So I think if this new coach comes in, I don't know obviously what his style is going to be,
right,
with him being the head man. But first order of business is how can we get our two best players easier shots.
Yeah.
Cross screens, screen and rolls, whatever that is, pin downs.
Right.
Paulo is a guy that should be on the pinch post as well. I thought they allowed him to get too comfortable and he had to really create his own shot.
Right. And then when you don't have, adding Bain, and it took a while for Bain to really find his footing in Orlando towards the later season. But, you have to, if you're going to have a guy like that plays downhill, you have to have people that can stretch the floor. Yep. And they didn't have those guys to stretch the floor.
Right.
So, Wendell Carter can shoot, but he's not like a high.
He played well, man.
Yeah, it's not like a high usage 3-point shooter. Yeah. So, you want to have Paulo to not look. Let's not focus on being a 3-point threat. If you get some, you get some. But let's use your height and strength and play from the elbow down if we can.
Absolutely. A big thing that a lot of the typical fans don't speak on, with guys having big years, is Kobe was really big on this and looking at seeing whose contract was up the next year. Because those guys are really going to hunt shots. Yeah. Those guys are really going to level up. They're going to come in and be in the best shape of their life and have career years.
Yeah.
So, those are things you got to really look at as well. But I think Franz Wagner, I think or Wagner. I'm not German, so
Yeah.
I think he needs to level up as well.
He just needs
and
to stay
healthy.
That's his biggest thing.
He's got to stay healthy.
And to me, you have to have, like, it didn't look like they had an offensive flow or offensive footing with the way they actually played.
Yep.
So I'm going to be interested in seeing, how they go. But I don't know who else they're going to sign, if somebody else is going to join. If some of these other guys can really step up, Suggs, and be a consistent, 39 or 39% three-point shooter. But if he can shoot the three consistently along with Bane, that will definitely open up the driving for Paolo.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at Suggs, and I kind of see him is like my man from New York, utility player. What's his name? Starter for New
Josh
York.
Hart. Yeah.
Josh Hart.
Yeah.
I see him as a Josh Hart guy, and there's going to be a lot more guys coming in the league that are going to play that role. Yeah. I see him as that. He plays really, really hard. He's well liked, and that just means a lot. I just yet to be seen.
Yeah.
They did pick up Colin Castleton, big center. I think he's like 7'3".
They lost Jonathan Isaac, I believe.
It says Isaac is on the roster. I think he's gone.
I thought he was gone, and then I thought maybe
too.
he got signed, or maybe they were going to bring him back, under a smaller contract. But
right.
I'm not sure. Last report, I saw one report that he was let go. Right.
That's what I saw too.
And then I saw something that he was, he was still with Orlando. So we have to really look that up. We'll know in a month or so when you see that roster.
For sure. For sure.
All right, so those were 4 teams that we wanted to just kind of focus on a little bit.
Do you see those teams making the playoffs?
Oh, absolutely. And barring
Orlando, you see?
Oh yeah, barring the injury, I don't see any of those teams not making the playoffs.
Does New York win a championship if Halliburton doesn't get hurt?
Well, if they faced Indiana, I don't know, because they got better. They got better and they learned a lot. And Indiana wasn't a really big team, right? So, and see, Indiana didn't have Miles Turner this year.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think Indiana would have posed a threat for them this past year like they did the previous year, because of the fact that they lost some players. Yeah, because not just him, but what's the other guy they traded to the Clippers mid-season? He was the six guy. He played 6-man. He played from he was from Arizona.
I don't know who that was.
Let me see. Clippers. You see that Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, he's tough.
They lost him as well.
Yeah,
so
that's a big hit.
Yeah.
Because he can score 20 in a minute.
Yeah.
In a minute.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back. Stay with us. All right, we're back. The league hit us on the break, talking about, hey, y'all better talk more about this team or that team. I said, hey, you don't call over here trying to tell us what we can and can't do. Like, yo, we'll take you off the air. I was like, what air? We ain't on no air.
That's crazy. Man.
So we're going to do whatever we feel we want to do, Cletus.
I hadn't heard Cletus in a long time.
All right, so let's get to basketball ideology. What I want to discuss is I think coaches should always find ways to use your bench, because I know there are a lot of situations where coaches will shorten their rotation, sometimes 6, maybe 7 player rotation, and it puts a strain on those players to play big minutes and stuff. So you think about it. I'll use the Knicks, for example. Last year, he shortened his rotation. Well, he's always shortened. He plays heavy minutes. And people were like, oh, well, he's doing a great job. Like, yeah, but when you bring, if something happens, somebody gets hurt, somebody gets in early foul trouble, you have to bring somebody in. That person hadn't been playing. It's going to take that person some time. Fast forward to this past year, they used their bench. They went, what, 8, 9 deep?
Sometimes 10, yeah.
Sometimes 10. So you got to find ways to use your bench, coaches, because I've been to games, and I know it's on the lower level, but I've been to games where coaches only played 5 players the whole game. And then you can see third, fourth quarter, those 5 players are dead tired. I don't know why any coach would only play 5 players the entire game without subbing and think that you're going to have the same efficiency and effort in quarter 4, 3 and 4 that you had in 1 and 2. That's just not going to happen. So I really feel, I feel strong. Somebody show me some proof of coaches or teams that have been successful, that have won consistently championships where they were only 5, 6, hell, 7 deep.
Listen, Coach Thibodeau, I never want anybody to lose their job, but he was one that I was glad he lost his job. In my opinion, he's the reason why Derrick Rose could not have an illustrious career.
Yeah.
He's the reason why, in my opinion, one of the reasons why Derrick Rose was consistently injured and hurt. What it says to a player when you don't even give them a shot, sometimes even a shot in practice, it's not, you want to build confidence. Right? And again, hey, listen, it's not about equality. It's just not.
Oh, Lord, no.
It's not about that, okay? It's about really equity, and that's just putting time into each player.
Yeah. Right?
And maybe I put more time into K because he's my starting point guard.
That's right.
Maybe I'm putting less time in my backup PG because obviously he's going to play less minutes.
Right.
But everybody has to have a defined role.
Right.
And so the New York Knicks they are the poster child at any level, in my opinion, is when you use your bench and you create the narrative that your bench can be successful, and not just in certain games, like all season. They use their bench all season. Coach K, yeah, that's the real Coach K right here.
Oh, yeah. What's up? What's up, Mike?
The real thing is, like, when you put a player in a moment, and a big moment, it's not a big deal because I've been doing this all year.
Yeah.
Those who haven't watched every game,
right?
You may not know that,
Right.
But some, like the guard that got traded midseason, New York, Puerto Rican kid from New York.
Jordan Clarkson?
No.
He got Alvarez.
Jose Alvarez. Who would expect him to hit that big 3?
Yeah.
Who would expect him to get in the paint, turn, spin, and score a layup?
Yeah.
Like, those are game-winning, championship-winning plays.
Right.
And and that guy wasn't even there the whole year.
Right.
But they believed in him. And I know some people are like, oh man, how come they're doing that? And another thing is, which we talk about a lot, is what are your assistant coaches doing?
Yeah.
To really add value to each player, to the role players. And New York, that organization, like they did a fantastic job in all that. And I think Leon, what's his name? Rose?
Yeah.
Leon Rose said it best. I wanted to make this a family.
Yeah.
I wanted to make this a family. Leon Rose literally saved the owners, saved his
You ain't gonna say season.
Life, saved the trajectory of his life now.
Yeah.
He's a fan favorite forever now.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to about it, but he won a championship, finally.
I'm gonna end it on this. If you have 12 players if you don't feel that those other 7 players are good enough to help your team, then you shouldn't have those other 7 players. You got a problem in your development and whatever it is you're doing, because there's no way that you can tell me that you can't still, I would say an average coach would understand how to steal minutes, 2 or 3 minutes here and there throughout the game to get some players some rest, right?
Absolutely.
And make sure. So if you're one of those coaches who are only playing 5 players and you're not bringing anybody off the bench, then you got to ask yourself, man, what were you doing your off season? You should have been developing those other players, knowing, you know, and when I say steal minutes, I don't mean 30 seconds. Your bench should be able to play, 5 to 10 minutes a game?
3 to 5.
3 to 5 at that?
2 to 5?
Come on. You know,
2 to 4?
You need to be able, I think any legitimate team needs to be able to, every team should be able to go 8 deep. At least. You should at least have 3 quality players that you trust enough to get in the game. So
I'm thinking 9, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least 8. At least 8.
Gotcha.
If you got 15 players on your squad and you only play at 5, what are you doing with those other teams?
And 7 not gonna do it.
Right. Yeah. So
Agreed.
we gonna get on. I'm gonna get some hate on that, and I love it, because if you're upset with that, that means I was talking about you. That means I was talking about you. You know. So bring it. All right. So last thing is, you done lost your damn mind. I think this is gonna be a very quick subject. Who you got? AI. If you what's the question? AI or Kyrie? If you're gonna start a team, who you starting with? You want to go that route, or who do you think is the better player?
Wow.
Come on, man, we running out of time.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say AI.
Okay.
I'm gonna say AI.
You know, I would go skill-wise. I'm gonna say Kyrie.
Of course.
But
what? I'm thinking speed. I'm thinking
of the fact that AI took a team, a team that some people say you should have shortened the rotation and only had 5 players playing. But you know, they got the best out of their bench.
Right.
But he took that team to the playoffs, into the finals, and beat a Lakers team that hadn't lost a game in the playoffs. Yeah. Right?
Beat them one game.
One game, everybody. Just the first game, right? So it was the first or second game?
You're right, the first game?
Yeah, he beat him. So Kai had that opportunity in Boston, and it didn't quite pan out the way, you know, people thought.
Right.
So from that perspective, I would give the nod to AI.
Yeah.
I would give it to you.
Don't get me wrong, man. Kai can score it.
He
can put up 40.
Yeah, now
even 50.
Now, if you let them play one-on-one, who you got? I'm going with Kai.
I don't think either one of them can stop each other.
Nah.
Because AI's got amazing balance.
Yeah, so it's gonna be if y'all playing full court, whoever got the ball last with the clock going down, that's who going win.
Full court, I'm going AI. But
yeah, we'd have to think about that to see how.
Kyrie is a one-on-one master.
Oh yeah,
master.
Yeah.
Regardless of your size or your speed, he's a master.
Yeah. So, all right, there you have it. We hope you enjoyed the segment today. Like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. We're gonna always be around. At least when my guy's in town, you see him. He knew he was in trouble. He's like, man, I'm probably gonna have to wear the shirt today.
When you're in trouble, represent.
He trying to get that contract extension. I'm gonna have to blur it out so April won't see it. He'll be like, yo, I'm repping the shirt. She gonna be like, I don't see it. Why is it blurred out? I'll be like, I don't know. Maybe it was something on the lens that just. Well, why is it blurred only there? Not if I don't know. It was just something in the lens that just blurred it out.
Listen, man, I'm waiting on the street cred clothing. From the underwear to the t-shirt to the tank top
hey, socks. Hey,
I'm with it.
Official announcement, breaking news. The clothing line is now online.
Oh,
We're gonna
Okay.
try to add a link. If not today, we're gonna put it up where you can buy your gear now. I'm online
See?
now.
see,
I'm online.
promotion, people.
I'm
You see-
online.
You see that? See how I did that? You see how I did that? Come on now.
All right, so we're gonna end it the way we always do. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. We out.
Peace.
Street cred sports, say it with your chest. Yeah. Go get it from the net. Street cred sports, okay, that's a bet.